Now, you're very glamorous right now. Sue's look is a little bit different. And let's talk about the looks in this film, especially the wigs, because there are some fierce wigs going on in this movie.
I love a wig. I've always enjoyed wigs. I think they're very transformative. But one of my favorite wigs has got to be Regina Hall's wig that she picks, because it makes me so happy. And Regina was very, very specific about that. She needed that little flip. I think that Condoleezza Rice, that kind of the little flip.
Is it a mullet? Is it a mullet?
A little mullet and a mullet flip. It was my favorite wig. Anytime I looked at her, it was hard for me to keep a straight face, because I just, first of all, love her so much. She's hilarious in this movie. She's so great in this movie. And I can't say enough great things about Regina Hall, but her wig has got to be my favorite.
I want to ask you, because you play an LGBTQ character in the film, and the film is based in small towns, but a lot of people think that gay people are only in like New York and LA. So Wanda, is it true that we are in small towns?
There are absolutely gay people in small towns, you know, traveling around the country, doing stand-up. Wherever I go, the small town, big city, somebody from the family shows up. We are everywhere. We are everywhere.
You know, you handle a gun in this. Are you good with a gun? Do you have weapons training? Could you be my bodyguard? What are your thoughts on that, Wanda?
My mouth is pretty much my weapon. I can talk you out of some stuff, but I'm not that crazy about guns, and I have not had weapons training. But don't let me get a bat now. You in trouble. I will mess you up.
One of my favorite viral moments is MILA Kunis.
Yeah.
You know where I'm going with this, with Justin Timberlake at a press conference, and the journalist asks this asinine question, and MILA claps back in Russian because she speaks fluent Russian, and it's amazing. Julia, if you have not seen this clip, I urge you after
all of this.
Please don't. Please don't. You go find something else to do with your time.
Just to hear MILA speak Russian is a gift. But if you were a journalist in real life, who would you like to interview? If you could interview anyone, who would be on your list of people you would like to talk to?
Ooh, my list would be pretty long. I mean, dead or alive or alive?
Dead. Let's go dead or alive. Let's go dead or alive.
I would say Lucille Ball would be on the top for me.
Juliette, I'll close it with you. Who's on your list?
Hendrix.
You're
Okay.
so much cooler than I am. Instantly, Juliette. I mean, instantly, you're like Hendrix. I was like, I quit.
Oh my God, I just would want to hang with him. I'm sure he wouldn't answer any question I asked. We would just hang.
Thank you, ladies. I thought the movie was fun. You did journalism justice, so I appreciate you. I'm Andrew Dish Nation. Okay, first of all, you look so glamorous right now. Like, I am beyond words right now.
I have to look down here and look at you, but I know I have to look at here, but I'm looking here. You look very handsome, and you're white. Yeah. We could go somewhere together, you and I. We could.
Jenny, dining's open right now. Let's go.
Get your PJ ready. Let's go. Let's go, Carlo.
All right. So, I got to ask you, let's take it back to a young Allison Janney growing up in Dayton. I want to know, what were her affirmations? What did you used to say to yourself, like your character, to get yourself going? Because in acting, it's a lot of rejection.
It is a lot of rejection, and God love you for thinking they were affirmations when I was a kid. I don't think that came along till later. I wish I had known those, because of course for me, I was just always too tall, the tallest person in the room, the tallest person in my class. I just wanted to disappear. I was this big bird who was so shy and, just wanted to hide, and I could do anything but hide, which I'm so grateful that my mother made me take ballet classes and skating. So I learned to stand up straight no matter what. And that was a godsend for me that my mother thought to do that, because she was a dancer too. But then probably later in New York, my New York days, I got into the self-help, the Louise Hay books, and just really really trying to. So I, of course, when I read this Amanda Odoko script and heard, Sue's affirmations and read this character and just felt so, I just loved Sue. I was like, poor Sue, just can't catch a break. It's her freaking birthday and everybody forgets. Her husband's, stepping out on her. Her stepsister forgets her. She's just the invisible woman, and she's tired of it.
So in your own life, when you can't catch a break, how do you keep going on? What do you do to kind of power through?
Well, I like to, meditation has been helping me a lot. Talking to a good friend who can pump me up if I need it. Trying to have some perspective, getting outside of myself, helping someone else, being of service helps, going out, taking the dogs for a walk. It depends. Nothing, there's never one go-to thing, but I try to find something. Jumping in my pool sometimes helps, just to change the molecules in my blood. Just if I'm in like a terrible mood, jump in that cold pool, I get out and I'm like, I am instantly a new person. Exercise also, but God knows why I can't seem to want to find the desire to exercise. Does anyone out there feel that way?
No, Allison, I mean, no. I mean, I don't.
I've got it, but I walk the dogs. That's exercise.
That's good. Thank you, Allison. We're gonna meet for a martini because that outfit deserves a martini.
Don't you think? I'm not giving this back to my stylist. I'm keeping it. St. John.
Oh, yes. St. John, sweetie. All right. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Miss Kunis, I know you are no stranger to these interviews. What is some of the craziest shit that people like journalists have said to you? Because I know there's probably been a few.
She's not gonna cry.
You know what? I think I've been pretty lucky. I think more times than not, the only weird stuff, because unlike Juliette, don't have many skills in life. So it's not like they can compare me to my other, you know what I mean? Like, I've been around other people like Juliette that they have a film career and then decide to go into music or vice versa and are multitaskers. And then reporters seem to be assholes because they're like, why do you feel like you can be in both? That's super douchey. Yeah. I've been pretty fortunate to only be in one industry. So the biggest thing that I think I have is passive aggressiveness out of reporters, but that's, I think, so common in any industry. But they're like, clearly, they didn't see the movie, don't give a shit about you, don't want to be there. And you're just like, homie, I feel you. Then like, it becomes but I've never been asked a question or had someone tell me something that I felt like was offensive, but more like the passive aggressive nature.
First question for you is, so in the film, you work in retail, but in real life, have you ever had a customer service job or a retail job?
Yes, I used to work in a department store, Hex department store in Maryland. My first job was at the Ponderosa Steakhouse. I've been a telemarketer. So I worked at a bank. I a teller at a bank. So I know all about dealing with the customers.
And how were you?
One time when I was working at the bank, I think we closed at 7, and I think it was like I was working a drive-through, and it was like 6:59, and it was empty. There was no one around, crickets, right? So I was like, I might as well. So I turned my light off, pulled down the drapes, and and I had already counted out my drawer. And the next morning, I got the bank got a letter from a police officer complaining that I closed early. Yeah. He said he pulled up at 6:59 and the bank was closed. And he said, I know it was 6:59 because of my, whatever, his call thing, whatever. So I got a little talking to.